Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. 256-245-4361 for pre-need to at-need funeral services, funerals, burials, or cremations since 1975. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg. Funeral arrangements will be announced on Monday for Edna Earl Kane, age 92, of Childersburg, who passed away at Coosa Valley Medical Center. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, will announce the arrangements. Visitation for Freda Nosworthy, age 85, of Goodwater, will be Saturday from noon until 2 at Curtis & Son North, followed by a funeral service at 2 p.m. Online condolences at curtisonfh.com. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, directing. Funeral service for Willie Erlene Martin is today at 11 o'clock from Curtis & Son North, with the Reverend Brian Jones officiating. Burial in the Evergreen Cemetery. Visitation 1 hour prior to the service. Curtis & Son Funeral Home directing. Graveside funeral service for Janice Elaine South, age 68, is today at 1 o'clock from Evergreen Cemetery. I'll be officiating that service. Fond memories and expressions of sympathy can be shared at curtisonfh.com. For the South family, Curtis & Son Funeral Home directing. Sybil Marie Maddox, age 79, of Sylacauga, died Wednesday at her residence. Curtis & Son Funeral Home announcing. Funeral service for Donald E. Wilson, age 78, of Sylacauga, is Monday, January 24th at 10 a.m. from Marble City Baptist Church in Sylacauga, with Brother Mac McCaleb, along with Brother Russell Gooden officiating. Burial in the Alabama National Cemetery in Montevallo. Mr. Wilson died January 18th at his residence. Visitation Sunday, 3 until 5 at the funeral home. In lieu of flowers, contribution can be sent to the Alabama Childhood Food Solutions or the Gideons. Radley Smith Funeral Home directing. Mr. White Homer Picklesheimer, age 91, of Chelsea, died at his residence on Wednesday. Radley Smith Funeral Home, Sylacauga, announcing. Homegoing celebration remembering the life of Ms. Danelia Wills, age 36, of Lincoln, is today at 1 p.m. from St. Mary Baptist Church, with Minister Fred Weed officiating. Interment in the Pine Grove Cemetery. S.M. Goodson Funeral Home and Crematory in Talladega in charge of the arrangements. Also this morning, funeral service for Barbara Taylor Molliston, age 77, is today at Ursery Funeral Home in Talladega. Ursery Funeral Home, Talladega, directing that service. Public viewing for Odell Looney, age 71, is Thursday from 1 until 6. That's today at Community Funeral Home. Online condolences at communityfuneralhome.org. Community Funeral Home in Sylacauga announced a public viewing for Odell Looney, age 71. And Mr. Harold Jacobs, age 82, died January the 17th. And there will be a funeral service at Ursery Funeral Home in Talladega, with a visitation from 1 until 2. And the service begins at 2. Burial in the Pine Hill Memorial Park. That funeral service will be held on January the 25th. Ursery Funeral Home in Talladega in charge of the arrangements. These obituaries this morning brought to you by Curtis & Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. For pre-need funerals, burials, or cremations, it's Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg. One other obituary to report this morning: Sarah Nanette Murphy died at her residence yesterday morning. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, announcing the arrangement.